Okay, this is Mike Kern from Terrapin Base. This is part of my Endor Commando or Endor Trooper build. I just kind of wanted to go over each individual pieces real quick. So this is the traditional Endor uh, Commando helmet or Endor Trooper helmet. It consists of this kind of hard what we call the donut, and a soft ANH 15 cap underneath. This is a reproduction with an extra ribbing piece that's on top. It's a custom one, so it just painted in a custom pattern with some moss green paint and some silver underlay that I just chipped away using latex paint. Um, this one here is for a friend. This is actually Leia's cap. I haven't done the weathering on it yet. It's just painted in the correct green, but I've already got the latex on there to just chip away when I feel like it's ready for that. So um, next, this is the communicator watch. It sits on the commando's wrist, left wrist usually, um, and these are the boots. They're actually ankle boots. The originals. I forget the name of the actual original boots, but they're not around anymore. Um, so these are palladiums, which are a pretty good similarity. The only thing is the back, they got a big palladium logo, so I just chipped that away pretty haphazardly. But when you've got the gator on, which are these parts here, you can't see it anyway. Um, so you put them on, you slip them over your shoes, and you're good to go. This is one of the optional pieces. This is a bandolier with some micro grenades on it. Um, just has another M16 pouch with some Greeblies on it. And this is the commando backpack here. This is not the exact style that was used in the film. The film was a custom made piece, but you can find replicas. It has the main difference is these two pouches are connected in the center, and but this is a Austrian backpack from I want to say it's the 60s or 70s. It's been used uh, in the Star Wars films, so it's approvable with the Rebel Legion. It was used in the Mandalorian and Rogue One, so this one works fine. Um, mine came with this weird buckle system where it can come undone. I just had to bend these down so they don't come out. And was a back leather piece that would connect to your actual ammo belt to hold it on to you, so you could actually separate the pack from your shoulder system. But I bent them all so that they all became part of the backpack, so I didn't have to worry about that. Let's see. This is the ammo. I don't want to say ammo belt. It's like their big ammo system. Uh, some of the commandos in the film had a World War II style metal buckle, which was they look like metal that interconnects. I don't remember what that's called. And then some of them had this clip system. So either one seems to work. Um, and these are all pouches that were found on the Rebel commandos and the Endor scenes, including these, which are compass pouches. They do say US on them. The ones in the film uh, were just covered up by a Greebly or paint. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with that. If I'm going to put a Greebly on it or just paint it really dark so you can't see the US. Um, but yeah, and this is what they call a butt pouch, or I think it served all kinds of purposes. I think in World War II it was actually their backpack, but I'm not sure. These are issues that I don't uh, remember or know much about, but just sits right on your small of your back and contains a bunch of things. So if you Do the Rebel Commando, you don't have a problem with pockets. You've got tons. This is an optional vest that some commandos wear. And it's basically similar to the officers that you see on the bridge in the briefing room. It just has greebly here on the chest. Some of them also have a greebly on the shoulder. Mine doesn't. Yeah, this is just a custom piece of work. The gloves are just yellow workman gloves that you weather pretty heavily. And yeah, I mean, I think the originals were a specific type that had a strap here on the wrist, but no one can confirm what they actually were that I know of. So just some yellow workman gloves works fine. The interior shirt is gray or tan. I have this soft gray shirt, which I wear and weathered just because I'm often trooping in hotter weather, so prefer it. These are the pants. The trooper, while the Rebel Legion accepts any, really kind of any cargo pants, military style pants that you spray paint in the right colors, these are reproduced using the actual, these are canvas cotton with the actual Endor pattern printed on it and then heavily weathered. So you can kind of see what the spray paint kind of dripped on there, but I figured, there maybe it got acid rained on it or something. But yeah, it's all pretty heavily weathered to make it look darker and more beat up. But these pants have a cargo pocket that's pretty low. It's like right in the middle of your knee or even lower, which is something that's weird. And these pockets, which are sewn on the outside of the pants rather than into the interior. And then the other feature about these is the back pocket is actually a 3D, almost like a cargo pocket, which is on the back, and it's slung lower on the body than up at the waist. So I don't know what they actually made these things from, but they're pretty cool and comfy to wear. And then this is the parka. This is there's different versions of the Endor Trooper that you can do. Mine, I like the one with the parka, the camo parka, and the vest. But yeah, it's basically I believe it's an old Austrian or Finnish parka that they removed all the zippers and buttons from. This is a reproduction from the pants and the parka are a reproduction from an artist in the UK. And then I heavily weathered it everywhere. Yeah, it's just a pretty simple parka, and when you put it all on, you tuck. Some people tuck this into your pants so it closes here, as you always see them sort of close at the bottom, and then your big old ammo pouches will cover all that up. So I also have a smaller belt that just holds these pants up because there's no elastic in them or anything. So if you lose or gain a little weight there, you got to accompany or account for that. So yeah, it was a lot of found parts rather than manufactured, except for these two pieces obviously were made, but a lot of this was just found. These were 3D printed, and the cap and brim was built separate. So, and I just have these glued into the donut itself. Some people don't. I know some troopers they leave the donut separate from the cap, but I liked it as one helmet, like Leia was holding it out to somebody, so I wanted to be able to do that. So yeah, this is the Endor Commando as seen in Return of the Jedi.